Welcome back to A320 Knowledge, your trusted source for Airbus expertise. Today, we'll be diving into part 6 of our tutorial on the overhead panel. The A320 has hundreds of different buttons and switches, and we'll be tackling each of them section by section. In this video, we'll be tackling the air conditioning panel. First up is the pack flow selector. This controls the flow rate of air through the pack valve and is controlled by the ACSC. It is adjusted according to the number of passengers and the ambient conditions. If there is a low passenger load, then the pack flow selector should be in the low position. The exact passenger number is airline and aircraft variant dependent, so consult your FCOM for this particular number. When in the low position, the flow rate is 80% of the normal flow rate. This results in less bleed air demand and therefore increases the fuel efficiency. If low is selected, the pack flow can automatically provide up to the normal flow rate if the cooling demand cannot be satisfied. The pack flow selector is in the normal position when in standard operations. This commands 100% of the normal flow rate, except for when the aircraft is on the ground with both engines running, whereby the normal flow rate is limited to 85%. When in the normal position, the actual flow rate will be either normal or high, depending on the bleed air demand. The pack flow is selected to the high position when in very hot or humid conditions, or for smoke removal purposes. This commands 120% of the normal pack flow rate. If the APU is supplying the bleed air, or there is a single pack running the entire system, then the pack flow automatically reverts to high, regardless of the selector position. Next is the pack push buttons. Both push buttons control a pack flow control valve via their respective ACSCs. The pack 1 push button controls the pack flow control valve via ACSC 1, and the pack 2 push button controls the pack flow control valve via ACSC 2. The valve is pneumatically operated and electrically controlled. When the push button is in its default lights out position, the pack is on and the pack flow control valve is automatically controlled. This will provide air conditioning to the aircraft, providing there is a bleed air source, i.e. the APU or engines are running. On NEO aircraft, packs will appear on the EWD when the packs are switched on and the thrust levers are in either the TOGA or Flex MCT detent. When the push button is in the off position, the respective pack flow control valve closes. If there is no air pressure, a spring will automatically keep the valve shut. The pack flow control valves will automatically close, even if selected on, in the following scenarios. 1. When there is low pneumatic pressure upstream of the packs. 2. When there is a compressor outlet pack overheat greater than 260 degrees C. 3. When the engine fire push button is pushed on the related side. 4. When the ditching push button is pressed. And finally 5. When the engines are being started. Note, if the crossbleed valve is open during the engine start, both pack flow control valves close. If the crossbleed valve is closed, then the valve located on the starting engine side immediately closes when the engine mode selector is set to ignition start. It remains closed on the starting engine side, provided that the engine master lever is still on, the start valve is open, and the engine N2 is less than 50%. The reopening of the pack flow control valves on the ground is delayed for 30 seconds for CEO aircraft and 60 seconds for NEO aircraft to avoid a supplementary pack closure cycle during the second engine start. An amber fault light and ECAM caution appears if the pack flow control valve position disagrees with the selected position, or in the case of a compressor outlet overheat or pack outlet overheat. Next is the zone temperature selectors. There is one selector for each of the following: the cockpit, the forward cabin, and the aft cabin. Each selector has a range from cold to hot. In the cold position, the zone temperature aims to achieve 18 degrees Celsius or 64 degrees Fahrenheit. In the hot position, the zone temperature aims to achieve 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. In the middle 12 o'clock position, the zone temperature aims to achieve 24 degrees Celsius or 76 degrees Fahrenheit. The forward attendant panel allows the cabin crew to modify each cabin zone temperature by plus or minus 2.5 degrees C. Next is the engine bleed push buttons. These control the position of the engine bleed valves, which tap engine bleed air from the IP or HP sections of the compressor, depending on pressure and temperature levels. When the push button is in its default lights out position, the valves are open. Even with the push button in the on position, the valves pneumatically close if the upstream pressure drops below 8 psi for CEO aircraft or 15 psi for NEO aircraft, or if there is return airflow. In addition to this, the valves will electrically close automatically in the following scenarios. 1. When the APU bleed valve is open via the APU bleed push button. 2. When an engine fire push button is pressed on the respective side. 3. When the BMC senses either a leak, engine start, overheat, or overpressure. And 4. If no bleed consumers, such as packs or wing anti-ice, are in use on the respective side. When the push button is in the off position, the bleed valve, the fan air valve, and the HP valve all close. An amber fault light and an ECAM caution appear in any of the following scenarios. An overpressure downstream of the valve, a bleed air overheat, a wing or pylon leak, the bleed valve remaining open during engine start or while the APU bleed is on, the HP valve failing to open on the ground, or a dual bleed temperature sensor failure. Additional failure scenarios specific to NEO aircraft include a single bleed temperature sensor failure or disagreement on the ground, and a fan duct burst detected by the FADEC. Next is the ram air push button. This is a black guarded push button, meaning it must be confirmed by both crew members before pushing, but the action can be reversed if necessary. It is used for smoke removal scenarios or if both packs fail. In its default lights out position, the ram air inlet is closed. If the push button is pressed, the on light appears. If the differential pressure is less than 1 psi and the ditching push button is in its normal position, then the outflow valve opens to approximately 50%. Emergency ram airflow is then supplied directly to the mixing unit. Note, this is only applicable if the outflow valve is under automatic control. If it is under manual control, it will not automatically open. If the differential pressure is greater than or equal to 1 psi, the outflow valve control remains normal and no emergency ram airflow will be supplied. Next is the APU bleed push button. In its default lights out position, the APU bleed valve is closed. If selected on, the blue on light appears. The APU bleed valve will open if the APU N percentage is greater than 95% and there is no leak detected in the APU or the left-hand side of the bleed system. Note, if there is a leak on the right-hand side of the bleed system, the cross-bleed valve automatically closes. The APU bleed ECAM memo appears if the APU is available and the APU push button is selected on. The APU bleed can be used to supply the entire air conditioning system and to start either engine. Some further notes on the APU bleed. It should not be switched on in conjunction with the wing anti-ice, and in some SOPs, it is recommended to switch the APU bleed on before shutting the engines down on stand to minimize any odors from the engine exhaust fumes entering the air conditioning system. Next up is the crossbleed selector. This electrically controls the position of the crossbleed valve using two electric motors, one for automatic mode and one for manual mode. It is normally set to the auto position. In automatic mode, the crossbleed valve is open if the APU bleed valve is open. It is closed if the APU bleed valve is closed or in the case of a wing, pylon, or APU leak, except during engine start. The crossbleed valve allows the air supply systems of the two engines to be isolated or interconnected and helps prevent cavitation in the hydraulic reservoirs. When the selector is in the open position, the crossbleed valve opens, which is used for a crossbleed engine start as described in the FCOM. When the selector is in the shut position, the crossbleed valve is manually closed. For bleed management following an engine failure where a fire push button is pressed, do not open the crossbleed valve, even if the ECAM erroneously commands you to. Instead, consider utilizing the APU bleed. The APU bleed can only be used if engine 1's fire push button has not been pressed and the cross-bleed selector is set to shut to ensure the APU bleed can supply the air conditioning system without contaminated air. The final button on the air conditioning panel is the hot air push button. This controls the hot air pressure regulating valve, which is pneumatically operated and electrically controlled. It regulates the hot air pressure in the air conditioning system and is controlled by ACSC1. If no air pressure is present, a spring keeps the valve shut. In its default lights-out position, the valve regulates the hot air pressure. When in the off position, the hot air pressure regulating valve and the trim air valves all close, and the fault circuit is also reset. The valve automatically closes when either both lanes of an ACSC fail, a duct overheat above 88 degrees Celsius occurs, or at least 2 trim air valves fail. In the case of a duct overheat, an amber fault light appears alongside an associated ECAM caution. The valve and trim air valves will automatically close in this case. The fault light is removed when the temperature drops below 70 degrees Celsius and the flight crew has selected the push button off. Thanks for tuning into this tutorial on Part 6 of the overhead panel.